Hey everybody, this is Mike from On Two Wheels. Today I'm going to do a quick review of the Oneal Rider boot. I had looked around on the internet and all I had seen was reviews from distributors, and I kind of really wanted to give a review from the point of someone who had actually worn them. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope there's some good information in here for you. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, this is Mike from Beyond Two Wheels. Today I want to do a quick review about the Oneal Rider Boots that I bought a couple weekends ago. They're a great boot and they're very inexpensive. I was looking for a boot to be right around $100 and I picked these up for about $95. They retail between $95 and about $115 depending on where you look. That's US dollars, by the way. I was actually able to pick these ones up at my local Cycle Gear, which I'm really thankful to Cycle Gear for price matching the online price that I had found through another vendor. So they had them on sale for $115 and they actually matched the price at $95. So the reason I chose these particular boots was I was looking for something that was sturdy and that I felt that my leg was secure in. I wasn't looking for 100% comfort, I was actually looking for stability. Oneal sells another set of boots called the Oneal Element boots, which I hear are very comfortable, and I looked at them and they were a softer leather material here and a formed boot sole. And I think they were about $120, which is great if I wasn't doing so much off-road, but because I'm doing so much off-road, I wanted something that I felt comfortable if my bike fell over on my leg, that I wasn't going to get too much flex out of the boot or something like a broken bone from a foot peg or something like that. So I wanted something that had a real sturdy inside, and these are it. These are not $400 boots, so I wouldn't expect them to be like that. If you're looking for something to do racing in, these are not your boot. They are a great boot, and they were very comfortable the first day out. I've only worn them once so far. I did get them wet after stepping in the river, and they seem to kind of loosen up a little bit after that. But I wore a 13 wide and I got a 13 and they fit good. The toe pocket here fit real well around the balls of my feet. You just got problems right in this area and this area. These fit great. The only time I ever had any issue was late in the day. I don't know if you could see, but there's actually a little bit of creasing right here where the boot folds, and that was causing a little bit of pressure on my ankle, which is normal. I had the same thing with my other boots. In comparison, I'm coming from a Alpine Stars Tech 6, so these are pretty much offer about the same amount of protection as the Tech 6. They have about the same feel as far as firmness. They do have a flex section here and a flex section here on the front. The side is a molded plastic with an extra thick piece right here, which I really liked. And these grip knobs here do help you keep a hold of the side of the bike. There's also a large injection molded piece of plastic right here. This piece in between the buckles is like a flexible neoprene. It's thick, it's padded. I did take a couple sticks to the shins, never felt it. The The toe area is a reinforced hard plastic. It's very, very stiff. I kicked a couple rocks and never felt anything. It does have this little grip here that helps get a hold of your shifter. I never had a problem getting my toe under the shifter or over the shifter, even with such a thick toe area. I like that it has this steel toe tip here. As you can see, I've already put mine to a little bit of use. It is screwed on, so if it starts to fall apart, you can take the screws off and get it replaced. The other nice thing is these soles are sewn on, which means if the sole gets worn out, you can actually take it to a cobbler and have it replaced. The bottom of the boot has this nice kind of dotted traction pad, like bus treads almost. They offer actually really good traction on my, I have widened foot pegs and sometimes they pack up with mud, but the soles on my Tech 6s are completely smooth because they've been worn away over so much time, and I just totally noticed a difference in grip once I got these on. The only issue that I had other than the creasing on the ankle was that with this boot, because it was so stiff, I had a hard time telling if I was resting my foot on the brake pedal. So I often had to look down and just make sure that my foot was far enough back on the balls of my feet that I wasn't hitting the brake pedal, because we all get into that relaxed kind of spot where you put, you know, the lip of the heel on the foot peg, and the foot peg sits in the arch of your foot, but if you're not careful, then you can start riding the brake. Some of the other features, the top portion is hard leather with this kind of neoprene. It's almost like a foam on the outside, which offers some grip on the side of the bike, and it does help. There's a nice thick solid plastic shank on the back of the calf, as well as a nice thick shank in the heel. The outside of the boot is, like I said, it's a hard leather. There's this great raised plastic, injection molded plastic piece here that lets things slide over the buckle rather than catch them and flip them open, which is great. The buckles are fantastic. My Tech 6s were always so hard to get laced up. These are really nice. It's a two-piece buckle, so this flap actually comes up. This piece has small little pins that catch. I don't know if you can see. Let me move this boot here and get this one a little bit closer. There's a nice little groove right here that this buckle goes in, and it slides in like that, and it really helps you catch it, and then you just pull it back once, twice. There's a real solid detent. These, I never popped one open. They always felt like the clothes were really solid. So let me open these up. Sorry if the camera's shaking. A common problem that I have with these latch boots is because my calves are so wide, when I go to buckle them shut, this part will get caught here, and I have to kind of pop it up and tuck this in order to get it to clasp shut. That's just something I have to deal with because, like I said, I have big calves. I think I have this buckle almost all the way out and this buckle almost all the way out. Inside, it's got this nice high, it's like a neoprene pleather kind of waterproof flap. Really, I didn't get any water in the boot until I got, the water was higher than this. I actually walked into the river to check the depth. Inside is this nice neoprene like wetsuit material. The nice thing about the neoprene is that it's not large fibrous. Some of my old boots had this kind of like large mesh, and after a while that kind of like wears on your calves, and when you take it off, it makes it itch like crazy. This stretchy outer layer that kind of seals, outer lip that kind of seals is really nice. Helps keeping dirt and water on there. And then further down in here is the kind of mesh that I was talking about, but that's in the area where it's not really tight around your ankle. It does help wick away the water and keep your feet breathing real good. Like I said, I walked in these in the river, and I would say a half hour later, I didn't feel irritated by the water. It felt like it kind of squished it out. I did notice once I got water in and I was stepping around, you can actually see the water squishing out around the seams where the sole is attached to the boot itself. So I'm sure if you spend enough time, I would never say these boots are waterproof. They're definitely water resistant. I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I got these boots because I wanted something sturdy. There's not a whole lot of, I can really push them and you can get them to flex, but once they're laced up, there's not a whole lot of flex to them, and that's kind of what I really wanted. I wanted a real stiff boot. But for 95 bucks, these are definitely worth the money, and I would recommend them to anybody. Like I said, they're not a motocross boot. They're not for, they're a motocross boot, but they're not for the serious racer. You're gonna want something hinged, with protective shanks. But they're a great boot for the money. The other thing that I really liked was literally this whole piece from here all the way down and around over the toe is all one piece of injection molded plastic, which is nice because on my other boot I actually put a Kickstarter through. It was the kind of leather material on my Tech 6s, and that's kind of why I ended up buying new boots, because I had a Kickstarter tear this open right here and get stuck inside my boot, which was not fun. So thanks for watching. If you like the videos, make sure you click the like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Try to get as many people watching as possible. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks again.